Monero value equivalent to 2,686.99 rands a coin. The present cost range, 2,603.92 to 2,773.41. The earlier day close, 2,707.47. The change was 20.48.76%. Backwards rate, Zato XMR. Monero cost expectation for July 2024. Before all else cost at 2,405 rands. Excessive cost 2,449, while low cost 2,829. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,318. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2,289, change for July 48%. Monero conjecture for August 2024. Before all else cost at 2,289 rands. Excessive cost 2,436, while low cost 2,118. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,280. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2,277, change for August to 5%. Monero cost expectation for September 2024. Initially cost at 2,277 rands. Excessive cost 2,022, while low cost 2,277. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,503. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2,637, change for September 15.8%. Monero figure for October 2024. At the outset cost at 2,637 rands. Excessive cost 2,898, while low cost 2,518. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,690. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2,708, change for October 27%. Monero cost expectation for November 2024. At the outset cost at 2,708 rands. Excessive cost 2,723, while low cost 2,367. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,586. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2,545, change for November 6%. Monero gauge for December 2024. To start with cost at 2,545 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,545, while low cost 2,154. The found the middle value of cost 2,390. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 2,316, change for December 9%. Monero cost expectation for January 2025. To start with cost at 2,316 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,725, while low cost 2,316. The found the middle value of cost 2,476. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 2,547, change for January 10%. Monero estimate for February 2025. First and foremost cost at 2,547 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,748, while low cost 2,388. The found the middle value of cost 2,563. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end 2,568, change for February's 8%. Monero cost expectation for Walk 2025. At the outset cost at 2,568 rands. Excessive cost 2,791, while low cost 2,425. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,598. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2,608, change for spring 16%. Monero conjecture for April 2025. At the outset cost at 2,608 rands. Excessive cost 2,828, while low cost 2,458. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,634. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2,643, change for April 13%. Monero cost expectation for May 2025. In the first place cost at 2,643 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,643, while low cost 2,993. The found the middle value of cost 2,459. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 2,358, change for May 10.8%. Monero estimate for June 2025. First and foremost cost at 2,358 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,926, while low cost 2,358. The found the middle value of cost 2,594. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end 2,735, change for June 16%. Monero cost expectation for July 2025. Initially cost at 2,735 rands. Excessive cost 2,969, while low cost 2,581. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,765. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2,775, change for July 15%. Monero figure for August 2025. Initially cost at 2,775 rands. Excessive cost 2,775, while low cost 2,308. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,585. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2,482, change for August 10.6%. Monero cost expectation for September 2025. In the first place, cost at 2,482 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,1727, while low cost 2,3871. They found the middle value of cost 2,532. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 2,549, change for September 2.7%. Monero gauge for October 2025. In the first place, cost at 2,549 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,857, while low cost 2,483. They found the middle value of cost 2,640. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 2,670, change for October 4.7%. Monero cost expectation for November 2025. Before all else, cost at 2,670 rands. Excessive cost 2,840, while low cost 2,468. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,658. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2,654, change for November 0.6%. Monero gauge for December 2025. In the first place, cost at 2,654 rands. Exorbitant cost 3,295, while low cost 2,654. They found the middle value of cost 2,921. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 3,79, change for December 16%. Monero cost expectation for January 2026. Before all else, cost at 3,079 rands. Excessive cost 3,347, while low cost 2,909. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 3,116. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 3,128, change for January 1.6%. Monero figure for February 2026. Before all else, cost at 3,128 rands. Excessive cost 3,128, while low cost 2,658. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,943. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2,858, change for February 8.6%. Monero cost expectation for Walk 2026. First and foremost, cost at 2,858 rands. Exorbitant cost 3,334, while low cost 2,858. They found the middle value of cost 3,042. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end 3,116, change for spring 90%. Monero figure for April 2026. Before all else, cost at 3,116 rands. Excessive cost 3,1868, while low cost 3,116. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 3,429. Monero cost figure